So you don't know anything about coins, but you need to appraise your collection. In this video, we're going to talk about how to do that, so stay tuned. My name is Daniel, and you are watching Coin Help You. Thanks for watching my latest video. As a longtime coin dealer, I have appraised a lot of collections, and I'm going to share with you some of my pros and cons and my taps and tips on how to do that. It doesn't matter whether you have one coin or whether you have a few boxes of coins. Obviously, the larger the collection, the more difficult this is going to be. But there are a lot of pitfalls and a lot of things that you can fall into whenever you're trying to appraise a collection. And when you don't know about coins, it's time to learn if you're going to appraise it yourself. I know a lot of people don't always trust dealers or don't know what dealer to go to. I kind of get that in a way, but when you're getting something appraised, a dealer can at least give you an idea. But what I'm going to do is if you want to do it on your own, I can give you some tips and some things to look for and some things to do. That way you can at least organize it and kind of get an idea of what value might be. The first thing I'm going to cover is what you should not do when you are trying to appraise a coin collection. The first thing that you do not want to do is to come over to Google and type in values for your coin, or basically type in a date and a mint. Because what's going to happen is if you type in, let's say you have a 2009 proof set, you're actually going to run into these right here, which are actual ads what someone's trying to sell it for. And as you can see, a 2009 proof set, you don't know whether that's Clad, that's Silver. That's the difference. You're going to have to be able to know these things and what they look like. And seeing all these different values is really going to confuse you. What you want to do is you actually want to type in a price guide. And let's say a coin price guide. You can go to my website, coinauctionshelp.com. You can go to PCGS, and we all have values for all this stuff. Now, one of the things that you definitely need to know, like I said, the differences between Clad and Silver. A lot of times, the proof sets that you have or the commemoratives you have, the silver dollars, they'll have what they call a COA in it, and it'll tell you what the composition of the metal is. And that way you don't get that confused, but the boxes do have a different color to them. And so you can look that way, or you can go over to what I would prefer you do is go to eBay sold auctions, and it'll actually give you a really good idea. If you want to type in 2009 proof set, and let's say it's in a red box, or at least it has red on the box, so that means it's silver. Now, not all of them are red with silver on it, and there you have it. This is what they're selling for at the moment. And then you come down here to sold auctions, and you can see what they've sold for. And I know there's going to be a lot of confusing information to decipher, and that's one of the things that I wanted to cover, because I don't want you to do a Google search. Don't Google search how much something's worth. Okay, go to the source of where values are actually being listed or showing you values of sold things. Another thing is trying to value coins that you don't know how to grade, like if you've got raw coins. So you want to use a photo grade. One of the things that I can say as far as looking at a price guide, you've got to know what some of these acronyms are, and it will help you by just going to a photo grade. PCGS Coins Facts has a photo grade, and I have a photo grade. And you can go to my website, coinauctionshelp.com, and just type in Coin Help website, and it'll come up. And you can look down through here, and you can kind of get an idea. As you'll notice, there's nothing on here like better than average. There's nothing on here like pristine and all that. Those are not grades, and you'll find that in Google searches. It's not appropriate. You're trying to value your coins based off of real grades, and this right here will tell you very fine 20. Just match your coin to this, one of these images, as close as you can, because you're not trying to find exact values, because each coin doesn't have an exact value. It might have an exact melt based on spot if it's silver or gold, but you're not going to find exact values when you look up auctions. Okay, you can go to PCGS price guide. You can come over here to our coin values if you like, and you can go down through and pick your choice of types and denominations that you're looking for. But that's just one of the things, a couple things that I want to let you know. And then the other problem is that clean coins are different. So you need to know how to identify clean coins. And all of this might take you a couple days to kind of get an idea and a grasp on, but just be realistic. So you've got a video that I created. It's called Identify Clean Coins, How to Tell if a Coin is Cleaned. I have a playlist over here about clean coins. Just go through and watch them. It's worth your time, and you'll learn a lot about clean coins and how to identify them so that you know when you're looking at a coin that it's probably going to be sold at a discount because it's cleaned. And that's very important. Copper coins is another thing. When they're cleaned or they've got corrosion on them, it does lessen the value. Another thing that you don't want to do when you're looking up values, don't pick the highest sold value that you can find. Also, as far as don't pick the lowest, you want to go with an average. But people tend to want their coins to be worth more, but that's just not how it works. Also, it doesn't matter how old a coin is, or if you've never seen the coin before, or what grandpa or your uncle or your dad or whatever family member left the coins to you. It doesn't matter what they put on the labels. They may have not even put that on the labels. They may have bought it from someone else who didn't know what they were doing. So you don't want to get caught up in that kind of stuff. What the label says doesn't matter. You're actually going to look this up. And like I said, my channel has a lot of videos on this to help you out. And I do encourage you to watch them. Now I want to talk about a few things that you should do before you begin to appraise your collection. And also some things to do as you get started in appraising your collection. And I know this can be very overwhelming, and it does take years of knowing what you're doing to appraise collections. So you're going to make mistakes. But one thing that I'm showing you is kind of some shortcuts. That way it don't take you that long. And we're not coming up with a final value here. It's just, like I said, it's a temporary value to give you an idea of what you have. But that's okay, because when you do eventually sell it or take it to a dealer or however you handle it, they're going to understand that. If the dealer doesn't understand that and they're not patient with you and they're not explaining things, then you most certainly do not want to go to that dealer. You want to pack your stuff up and leave, because a dealer has got to play the role of kind of a coin broker and also as an educator as well. We're not just about buying coins and appraising coins and selling coins and unloading and loading. I mean, that's just not what it's about. It can't just be about the money. So, just don't be overwhelmed, because the information's there for you. And if you have the aptitude just to learn it and you have the time, then can be an easy transition into actually coming up with a value for your entire collection that would be at least a guide whenever you're negotiating with a dealer. Okay, one of the first things I recommend is to organize the collection by denomination and coin type. Whether you put them in rolls, separate your proof sets by silver and clad, your mint sets, all your type coins, just separate them so that they're organized. And that way, whenever you go through them, you can start out from the beginning, the earliest coins you have, and work your way up to the modern coins. Another thing that you're going to want to know is mint mark location. Some dates and mint marks are rare, and I want to show you something to do. When you come over here to my photo grade, you can actually see the mint marks here on a Lincoln cent. If it doesn't have a mint mark, that means it was minted in Philadelphia. The only time you're going to worry about no mint marks is if it's in a proof set sealed, or if it's anything from 1980 to now. If it doesn't have a mint mark, the exception to that is Lincoln cents. They only had a mint mark in 2017 as far as a P mint mark. If they don't have a mint mark, like I said, it's Philadelphia. So it's very important to know the dates and the mint marks on these coins, because it can make a difference in value. We can come down here and we can look at, let's say, a Mercury dime and see the location of the mint mark there. It's right here. So just basically look at the coin and you're looking for a D or an S or a P. And Roosevelt dimes, the mint mark's here. And it's just one of those things that you need to know while you are searching your coins, and when you're also organizing your coin. Also, I recommend coming over here to CDN Publishing and buying the latest issue of their magazine, which is $35. I haven't bought this as a non-dealer. I assume that you can buy this from them, or you could actually borrow an old issue from a coin dealer maybe. But the thing of it is you need this, because what I'm going to tell you to do is you're going to go through the best you can and kind of compare this to sold auction values on eBay. I know I've showed you some of the things you should be doing in my previous comments, and I do recommend you can review that again. But when you're looking at sold auctions, trying to figure out what you have and what it looks like, the best thing to do is also to have the CDN which is a coin dealer newsletter, to compare it to, and maybe add 10 or 20% to it, because typically that's what the actual value will be, not what you'll sell it to a dealer for, but that can kind of give you a tentative value. And then also, if you have silver and gold, you want to come over here to coinflation.com, and you actually want to look at gold and silver melt values. Okay, that gives you an idea of what their actual melt value is. And there's a lot of silver that will go for melt and gold that will go for melt. And there's some that has a premium. And you'll see that premium when you start typing in eBay and actually coming up with your sold auction values. But one of the things too that you want to do is that once you organize it, it doesn't hurt to do a spreadsheet or a list on your computer, maybe an Excel file. And you can actually go down through, and if you just watch a video on how to do the sum on your Excel file, it'll actually figure it up for you. After you put your prices, it'll calculate it for you. And I do recommend Excel spreadsheets. I do that with the appraisals that I do here, and it really comes in handy. And if you make a mistake, you can always go back in and retype it. And I just, like I said, it can be overwhelming, and I do recommend seeking advice from a decent coin dealer, someone who's willing to be patient with you and help you, someone who will guide you along the way. A lot of dealers will do appraisals for you. They'll charge you. The larger the collection, though, the more difficult that can be for you to do that. But, like I said, we can recap a little bit here. You want to be able to grade a little bit, so you want to use the photo grade like I showed you over on the website here. And you can, like I said, you can go to PCGS Coin Facts, or you can go to their photo grade. They have photo grading apps. Like I said, I've got the photo grade over here. I've got values. PCGS has values. MGC has values. And I think once you get it all organized in front of you, and you know what you've got, and you see the list, you can take that list and you go down through and just spend a little bit of time each day and try to go down through and find out what you have. But once you find out the value of one thing, you'll start seeing patterns. Well, if you've got 10 of them, then you put 10 on your spreadsheet, how much they're selling for and how much you have. And before you know it, you're going to have a list, organized list of exactly what a potential value of your collection is. And I know that you're going to see more than one value for a set. So what you want to do is average that, and that's the best thing to do. And like I said, don't pick the highest value because you want your collection to be worth the most. But anyways, hopefully this helps you with maybe appraising your own collection. There's a lot of other little things you can look for. I have multiple videos on looking up coin values, and I do recommend watching those. And I did those for a reason, because I want to help people. So thanks for watching my latest video, and have a great day.